Guys, today we're going to be chatting all about the leadership tax that nobody talks about. Hey guys, Dan Greer, Forge, coming at you with your 5-minute power up. Here's the thing. What it really costs to lead, and I want you to know about this. It's going to cost you a lot emotionally. It's going to cost you a lot mentally. It's going to cost you a lot in your relationship. It's going to cost you a lot spiritually. Now, I don't mean that it's going to tax out of you everything you have and cause you to quit, but I do mean that it is taxing, right? So what I think about as a leader, and here's something that a lot of people don't see, and my wife is seeing this now more and more in everything that I do, but it's emotionally taxing to lead. What happens to my people, I feel. If somebody on my team is having heart problems, I feel those heart problems. If somebody on my team is having children problems, I feel those problems, right? As a leader, it taxes me emotionally because I'm actually invested in them personally as well. Great leaders are invested in their people, okay? How does it tax me mentally? Well, there's a lot of ways it taxes me mentally because sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, you're an idiot, right? Other times it taxes me mentally because I go, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, I didn't think about this. Okay? Sometimes it taxes me mentally because somebody doesn't do what they say they'll do when they're supposed to do it. And then all of a sudden, I've got to pick up their slack because I'm the type of leader who's not going to allow the project to fail because of one idiot. Okay? I'm real. I'm real. That's what you're going to get here on this podcast is real stuff. You're not going to get emotional fluff and crap like that. Okay? So it's a tax. It's taxing on me mentally, right? And then you, as a leader, I'm sitting there. I'm going, do I have to let this person go? How do I handle this, right? How do I handle this situation? So that's really mentally taxing. Relationships, right? Relationally is the word I have written down here. I don't even know if that's a real word, but in relationships, how does it tax your relationships? Well, believe it or not, everything that happens here taxes my relationship with God. It taxes my relationship with my wife. It taxes my relationship with my kids. Because why? Why would it do that? Well, because if I'm emotionally drained from being a leader and I go home to my wife, I'm not able to fill her tank emotionally. Does that make sense? That's where it strains the relationship. Sometimes it's not me hitting my knees to ask for help. It's me trying to do it all myself, which taxes my relationship with the Lord. And that's where spiritually comes into place, right? Because here's the thing. It's going to tax that because you're going to think that you don't deserve the help. You're going to think that you don't need it. Eventually you're going to get so many things right that you're going to start thinking that you're capable of doing this all on your own, and you're going to forget to ask the Creator for help. Okay? I will tell you that when we talk about the tax that nobody talks about is that it gets lonely, and the higher you go, the lonelier it gets. So many people look from the bottom up and they go, oh my gosh, it would be so nice to be this person. But they don't see everything they deal with and how little their circle is, how little time they have, right? And here's the thing. Here's one of the things you're going to learn about me. I don't complain about my team or about the pressure that I'm under with anybody else. When somebody asks me what I do for a living, this is like one of my favorite things to tell people. My wife hates it, but I love it. What do you do? Oh, nothing. I do nothing. Well, that must be nice. I'd love your job, right? Well, I do a lot. I'm not going to complain about my burdens to everybody else. You know why? Because negativity breeds negativity, right? Like I literally watched a sermon this weekend. We've been kind of checking out some new churches, and I went down and checked out this one. And the sermon was really great. It was virtual. I didn't actually love it. But the sermon was really great. And if the guy would have been a person, I felt the energy would have been amazing. But I will say that his message was really good. And he said, fake it until you make it. And I agree with that. And leadership tax is the same way. Negativity breeds negativity, right? That's all there is to it. And so if you're sitting there and you're breeding negativity, what's going to happen? You're going to think negative, and then you're going to do negative things. And you're going to have negative actions. You're going to have negative reactions. You're going to have all this stuff. And so I just want you to kind of realize that is what that turns into and what it is. And I want you to think about some of this tax. Now, here's the thing that I also want to keep in mind is that when you find your inner circle, you can actually talk to people because they're going through what you're going through. And so I want to encourage you to check out my inner circle at realdangreer.com. Go to the inner circle, check it out. We're looking to host our first event really soon. Again, realdangreer.com. Get out there, get forged, and remember, don't get taxed to death. All right, talk to you later.